We talk about progress as something you feel in the moment, but it's not, because most of the time it doesn't look like progress while you're doing it. It just looks messy. And then you look back, it's all there, like it's written in ink the whole time.
Oh, this is Cap Square, we don't miss days. Two small businesses, big hallway praise. You keep me honest, I keep you brave. We check in weekly so we don't cave. Soaringpanther, midnight Mosaic. Side by side, we're gonna make it. This is Cap Square, turn it up.
Hey man, what's up? How's your week been?
It hasn't been a bad week. I actually had to go to the ER this weekend, yesterday. Sorry, give me a second. 2 days ago. Because I had some swelling in my inner thigh. It turns out that apparently my body had an infection, which is why I've been sleeping a lot this week. So I've had that to deal with.
Dang.
But other than that, it hasn't been a bad week. It's been a weird, slow, me sleeping all week kind of a week. How about you, buddy? How was your week?
Well, before I get into my week, I want to talk about the swelling on your leg. Did they identify it?
Yeah, it's apparently like we as men have like lymph nodes in our inner thigh areas,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's apparently like, yeah. So like
Ooh.
I was in pain a couple days ago, and I just thought because I'm kind of a hefty dude, like my legs rub together and chafe, so like okay, no big deal, just put some lotion there and voila. No, I found like a golf ball sized lump like there.
Oh, that's
So I
not,
had to go to
yeah.
the ER,
That would have freaked me
and
out.
they're like, listen, I was all set to not go, and my ex-wife's like, no, you go.
Fair.
So I went, and yeah,
Dang.
it turns out that apparently my lymph nodes were infected, and that's why I was feeling that pain. Um,
Dang.
so yeah, how that happens, no idea. It just did, but whatever.
Holy cow. But yeah, so that my first thought would have been it was something worse than what it turned out to be. You know what I mean? I would have went down a rabbit hole. But anyways, I don't want you to relive that. It sounds like you got it under control now. That's awesome. I don't want to just glaze over that.
I think
Uh,
so did she, and I'm like, if it's my time, it's my time, whatever.
I know I smirked
Uh,
during that, but that's kind of a thought I've had lately too. So, anyways, back to my thing. I I felt very productive. I think I was super productive. Um, One of the things I identified was I don't need a lot of structure, but I do need reins a little bit. So, I mean, we can get into that later, but on a personal basis, I had what happened? I can't even remember. It's been dance recital weekend. That was pretty awesome. Two shows back to back. Gave the daughter a little bit of advice, and on the second show, when she took that advice for 45 seconds, she was the prettiest ballerina. And it's not because she took the advice, it's what that advice did to her posture and everything. Dude, it was a crazy glimpse. So it was beautiful. Um, Man, I don't really think there's anything other than work. I mean,
like
it's hot
classical.
as mess. That's why I have this. That's why there's no hat. It's hot as mess, dude.
Yeah, I feel you on the heat, man. It is like a scorching 90 something degrees out here. I don't even want to step outside. But so you're talking like classic dance, not like cheerlead dance,
Right.
right?
She does jazz, tap, and ballet.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, it was so much fun. It
And for
really
you,
is.
you guys are wrapping up, like you're getting ready for summer break, right? Because it's like getting to that transition of the end of the school year for you guys
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
I think we got like 3 weeks left. What about your
Uh,
homeschool situation? Do you guys even transition from?
no, it's all
Oh,
year round, my dude.
oh,
So for us, it's a year-round thing just because I would like my youngest to be done with school early. So we do year-round. Like we'll take 2 weeks off from like each.
yeah.
So like ours is done in segments. So like she has one segment, it's like 16 weeks long, and we'll give her a week off for that. And then she transitions to the next segment, get those other 16 weeks done. Then it's a new grade. and
Oh,
then
okay.
we'll give her like a week or two off for that, and then transition her same pattern just to get her done, caught up early, whatever it is we got to do.
Man, that's a
So
good. I mean, if it works, it works. If she's crushing it, she is. Yeah, I mean, school's coming to an end, at least for the summer. I hope to be outside more.
Mommy, it's too warm here.
It was a
I'll
little
sit.
warm today. I did try to record that video we talked about to promote my book in a way that like it lets me come back to it as not a company thing, but as like a personal project that I want to get done because it's something I want to leave with the world. Um, Dude, it was hot.
Listen, I get it.
I
I get it.
walked. It was so. By the time I got there to have the energy for the video, I was cooked.
I hear you. Because it was the same thing. Like I was in my car while I took the daughter of the little old lady to go do like her nails and stuff because the funeral for us is on Friday, and then we're having an internment, I think that's the right word, on Monday.
Okay.
Um, which is like this, it's kind of like a little service slash ceremony of the urn being placed into the resting place, the final resting place for her.
Okay.
Uh, and then everybody is heading out Friday, Wednesday, like it's all different types of days. So like that week will also be busy doing all that stuff too. But
Well,
it hasn't been bad other than the heat. Like I said, I've been taking it easy and sleeping a lot because like I said, I haven't felt good. I haven't felt good since Friday.
you're
So,
allowed to take it slow.
which is something that I'm learning to do with myself because like I'm typically a workaholic and I'm learning that I need to take breaks. So that's what I kind of did this week was I took a lot of breaks.
Absolutely. That you do need to take breaks. That's a huge thing. That's actually one of the things I came to terms with. I had at some point during my workflow, I decided that it was actually better to take a day off, not to reset, just to like space. Because what happens is you come back and you kind of look at things differently, and you might get something different done that you were thinking was a problem. And honestly, that triggered a lot, and that was pretty awesome.
Gives you a
So
little recharge.
it does, and sometimes, especially as it's getting better, just sporadically, it's important to be outside and to breathe that air because we are busy in front of our computers. But we can get into my process and how I discovered that this week. But
So
yeah, man,
let me ask you then. So do you remember what you talked about committing to last week?
I do. I committed to showing up for 6 days, and I think initially I had said 7, but I was projecting maybe a day off, and I think going forward, that's a good number, 6. Anyways,
Okay.
what about you?
And for me, it was getting all of week two's design intents done for sprint two. That was my goal was to get that done for this past week.
Well,
So
you know what's next, don't you, bud?
always. So
Oh,
let's get into the harsh business of did you actually do it?
and now, ladies and gentlemen, the question you came to hear answered: did I finish my 6-day goal? Thanks for the setup, by the way. I would say, yes, I did. I smashed that son of a biscuit chewer out of the park.
Good.
I'm actually super. What I established. Number one, I achieved the 6 days, and on the first day I was supposed to take a day off. I didn't. I actually doubled down on my process to map out roughly on my whiteboard, which we can show next week. I roughed out basically I think 10 weeks, 60 days. It was it was kind of something in the forefront as I sat down. There is a small goal that like 136 pages is written there. And each week I'm trying
Gotcha.
to see how I'm tracking small things, trying to
Yeah.
see what weeks were more productive, I guess. It was kind of cool. It just really was. I finished Fridge Pals now has an official comic. It is the rough draft for that is done. I was
Good.
able to rough out two more of the stories about halfway through. So in total, I completed 48 pages in 1 week, which is one issue was done. Now, the way I do want to touch on how I was able to achieve that. I bought myself several notebooks, allowed OCs, original characters, to live in each book, so I could just open it and access to it. Um, it was really interesting because then once I did that on day two, I went out and bought that on day two. It just opened up, bro. I sat down and I was doing little things to stack those wins in those moments. I was doing things like everything was physical, so then I would turn around and use my ruler to do the panel layout, and it's just a rough sketch. And then furthermore, I did it in pen, so I couldn't back out. And my wife actually asked me at some point, she goes, "Why did you draw all these pages in pen?" I said, "Because as a kid, I was taught to have an eraser and to fix my mistakes." I said, "But that's not this phase, and I'm gonna get really, really stuck right here worrying about fixing that mistake. So if I write in pen, I just go with the flow.
Got
I know that there's another stage down the line that I've already made available to myself, knowledge wise, that I can slam this." So yeah, dude, I was super pumped. If you think stick figures are amazing art, you should stick around.
Hey, listen, I get it. So
It's probably going
it
to be
it
a pain in the ass to reread when I go back to do my first pass. It's going to be a pain in the ass to read, but I'll get it done. Uh,
that's not great.
so what about you? What did you get done, dude? Or how did it?
So
Yeah.
I did not meet my design intent goals because there were some other things from week one that I noticed still needed some minor tweaking, especially like the ASMR um, mechanic, I guess is the right word for it. It still felt very one-sided,
Okay.
so we, me and somebody else, have been kind of working on it in the background, and we got it tweaked over these last few days. So while I've been setting up the sprints, I have another buddy who's been behind the scenes knocking them out, and we can show a little bit of progress next week. But as far as the sprints go, because of the work that he's been doing, I've been able to adjust some of the sprints around because some things got done quicker than I expected. So that's the good news. It's like things are moving along a lot faster than I anticipated on that end of things, which is awesome. And it kind of made me feel good about that. So while I didn't exactly meet my goal, I did get to shift some of my priorities around so that I can get the ball rolling a little faster, I guess
Exactly.
would be the best word.
That's a good shift in focus, by the way. I think that just when you feel stuck, we talk about this, when you feel stuck to just shift. As long as it's still in the same project, you're good.
Yep, which is that's the goal right now. It's the same project, but it's a shift in a good direction. It's not I'm not moving backwards, we're still moving forward. So that
Dang.
that really helps.
I I'm excited for next week because we get to add another face to this
Yeah,
for our show and tell because he has been very detrimental to you getting a lot of the stuff done
stuff
early
done.
on.
Yep.
Yeah. Like later it's you can apply what I've done in phases to game design and we were taught that through Full Sail. So just remember that yeah, you got phases for this as long as you stick to it and you write with pen, you got this. All right, man. So, out of the week you've had so far, what are you thinking your adjustment should be going in for next week?
For me, I don't think I need to change much because we had some forward progress. Uh, this week's adjustments, honestly, well, I have, like I said, funeral on Friday, another service on Monday, and then I'm still not 100%. So I'm gonna try to just focus on that aspect of my personal health. But as far as project goes, it's awesome that we got some things done for week one, but I would like to make sure that I keep like little bit of progress going forward. So like making sure that I do my job. I got to hold myself to a standard of getting my job done. So I think what I would do is just don't overwork myself.
Okay.
I think that's going to be my adjustment is I'm honestly just not going to overwork myself. I'm going to do a little bit as best I can in the limited amount of time that I have for this week.
Fair
So how
enough.
about yourself, man? Do you think
Uh,
you need to do any adjustments?
I need a tighter focus in the future to really keep me on path in a straight line because the more I've dialed in some of the wobbliness that has gotten me to many trashed projects, so to speak.
Yeah,
Um, I don't want to change anything. This is the flow I think I've been looking for. Actually, I'll double down and say I'm positive. I got like what is that? 43, nope, 53 days left of that challenge, and I think that I will have something to be proud of at the end of that. And
makes sense. I
I
still got to
think
work on doom scrolling. I realize that too. Like I still have that doom scrolling problem, but I did tamper it down. So like it wasn't 2 hours each day. It was like an hour. So at least
that's
I
fair.
eliminated an hour from that.
I like I said, dude, I actually did the opposite. I unplugged completely, walked away from my computer. I used completely physical materials to get my idea out of my head. I found that it was easy to flow. I still feel judged in my own way. I feel self-judged. So that's kind of restricting how fast I can get stuff out of my head.
Yeah.
Um, so I just want to keep working in this flow. There is no adjustments needed. I'm
I
excited.
think honestly, I think though an adjustment for you is not to judge yourself a little too harsh, dude.
Well, that's the
So
purpose of why I went out to record that video out in the dude, exactly. I'm trying to like not change my energy, but like if I'm trying to create like that 12-year-old that saw the world very positively and the world could do no wrong, what's stopping me from returning back to that? So maybe that's what the world needs from me, and that's what was kind of motivating me to go out there and jump around in the woods. And I watched a woman push a stroller, dude. She gave me the most stankiest stank eye. I I had in one hand my camera tripod and the other I had my book. I had like notes in another pad. It was just hilarious. And then I walked on the way out, saw a woman with two dogs. She looked like, oh, this guy does something. Just the air of taking, because a lot of times we sit behind this camera. So, you know
we
what?
do.
Let me say this. My adjustment is to do more of what I did today, to put myself out there and to just wear what I do as pride. And I think that's how I fix that dialogue that's hard on myself as well. So
Yeah,
I've
which I did
had,
today.
yeah,
So I did that. I took that step today.
it's, you got to change the mindset because we got to remember, and I think this is hard for us to remember, at least me. I'm going to speak for myself here, but we're building from scratch. There's technically nobody in the trenches with us oftentimes.
No hand holding, none of that stuff. Yeah.
No, and it's heavy mental lifting. So just if you start to shift your perspective, is it really a black hole or is it more of like brown? Like you got a little bit of light coming through. You know what I mean? Like really change your focus and see what happens. That's actually what happened. So, hell yeah, dude. I think we had good weeks in our own regard. And I am super flippin' proud for next week. I proud, excited, giddy.
Good. Good. I look forward to next week as well. So speaking of next week, sir,
Yeah.
what are we committing to?
Um, so that's a tough one. Next week, if the weather stays hot, 0 days. um, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to go with another 6 days because I think it's important to give myself a day off. in the future, I do want to kind of not have a day off so I can build up a vacation time because I don't pay myself in money, but I think paying myself in time off is important.
It is
So,
for all of our sakes, honestly, and for your mental sanity. Like
so,
we need those breaks.
so I guess, as I'm thinking about it, what about this? I commit to 6 days as the main goal, and my sub goal, I want to finish one more story. If I can
Okay.
do that, if I can finish one more story, that puts me on par to complete this on time. So that's all I want to do. I want to maintain being on time publishing with my original set plan, even if I have good days or bad days.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
And
So
so what about you? What are you thinking about you're going to plan for?
so considering that next week is the last recording of the month of May for us, it's show and tell. I want to have something to bring to the table that I can show. Maybe that's like a couple seconds of gameplay that I'm going to record so that I can show what we've gotten in so far. That's one of the things I want to bring to the table.
Do
Um,
it.
I think for me on the my side of things, it's making sure that I stay consistent and keep like doing my design intents, getting everybody's stuff situated because like I said, because I did that for week one, um, our buddy was able to get a lot of his stuff done,
Yeah.
which just makes things go a little faster. It's like way more into like we're hitting stuff where I thought like I would have to wait a little longer to get to this point, but we're already there. So,
I dude, it's
uh, it's fun.
so real
I'm
question.
excited.
Well, real question. Yeah, exactly. You're excited, but is there a little bit of fear? Like this is going good,
There's
really, really good. Like
listen,
this is really smooth.
there's always going to be fear because I'm the type of person that in my head, when things are going good, my brain tends to do the self-sabotage thing. Like, now this is a little too good for you. We got to shut it down. So I'm trying to teach myself not to do that. Because I've worked hard to get here and it's taken me a long time to get here. Like, in fact, um, looking at where our project was, I haven't touched Unity, which is what we're building in 7 months. And I opened it this week. So that's a big step for me. And not only that, but like I can see the vision of where everything is supposed to be now. And I can see like there's no falling backwards this time. Everything is moving forward, even if it takes baby steps. I am absolutely okay with that.
It's
So
progress. Our progress has to be, well, it's not the progress. Well, I guess it's easier to say it like this. Our progress is written in pen. We can't erase it. We're not writing in
yeah,
pencil. We're writing in pen. As long as you keep moving forward, and as I keep preaching, just keep it simple and make sure to have some kind of plan to slow down and address issues so they don't pile up and so you don't chase perfection at the same time. Thank you guys for tuning in, joining our progress, rooting for us if you are. We're rooting for you as well. I hope you know that. So make sure each week, comment down below. We would love to see your progress. Well, this really is a channel where you can say it in words, you can drop a link as long as it's a safe link. Well, we have ways of vetting that. So I guess that's just a goofy little disclaimer. Really, I feel like progress is in ink, isn't it? Like as soon as it touches the paper, you have no choice but to flow forward with it. And that is the true progress, is that by the time you get to the end of that stroke on that pen, uh, you figured out how to write with that ink. And it's now the jaggeds are more curved and there's more elegance because you showed up every single day. 15 minutes a day. That's all you got to commit to your dreams. And I want you to know that stay creative. Make sure you treat yourself with kindness as well as others. And I love you. Bye.